start. Right, so I'm going to try playing Notorious. So what do we got? This 10:35 PM. And this says it should take 1 to 2 hours. I should have a cowboy hat. Alright, so not played before. To start playing, first read through the rules. I kind of read the rules, so I know what I can do. So we shall do the setup. Except my book printed badly, so I don't have the right colours. So my nomad hunter. First roll on the table below to determine the type of nomad I will play. So that's a D6. So we'll use the green one. 2. 2 is the assassin. So I am an assassin. So my profile, I guess, is assassin. Assassin. My eyes are playing up. Record set favor and set favor and motivation to 2 and leave notoriety to 0. So my favor and motivation are 2. Mission suite. That's from the me. So I am an assassin. So I got this from drive-through and printed it on my little printer. So I have a ranged weapon of a precision scope laser rifle. I should go and get my notebook. Let me get my notebook and come back. So then I can do the journal part. Anyway, so I have, okay, so I'm a sniper, so I've got +4 attack for the first roll. Then +2. My melee gives me a +3. The opponent has -1 heart, and this is a concealed blade. Don't even know why I'm recording it. The outfit is a hooded cow. Mysterious insignia, padded armor. Okay. +2 heart versus lead or target. Origin. Okay, let's see what my origin is. Consider how this influences your attitude rather to others. 3. The Trade Alliance uses you to blackmail local politicians and smooth acquisitions. Okay. used to blackmail politicians. And smooth acquisitions. Okay. Scar. 6. You rely on expensive cocktail. You rely on an expensive cocktail of injected stims and meds to operate at your peak. Okay. Need stims and meds to. Okay. So this sniper once was an efficient operator, and now needs stims and meds to work properly. And I'm back. Having problems with my cat. Trigger. Consider how this influences your choices. Trigger. 5. You were orphaned at a young age and inducted to a harsh agent training school. Okay. Okay. So I was orphaned because of the war. And harsh. I'm going to keep doing it. Or maybe I'll watch it. I'll watch it back. Yeah, I'll watch it. Is it recording? It is. So she keeps chasing her food around on the floor. And I mean, maybe it's because she's an indoor cat, but we live in Australia, and in Australia you just have indoor cats. Maybe it's cruel to have a cat. I don't know. Chases her food around and makes a mess. She's a cat, so what else she's going to do? It's what they do. It's people do things in their nature. See, she's gone over to do it again. Harsh training school. Alright, so that's that bit. What comes next? What species am I? 2d6. Seven. I'm reptilian, a Taylock. Species. Reptilian. Taylock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My name is 6. Is Ivy. Is Ivy. It's funny. Looking forward to doing this all day. Okay, what type of personality does this reptilian assassin have? 5. Oh, there we go. Just as I'm feeling at the moment. Solemn, sincere, thoughtful. What past misdeed are they trying to atone for? What treasured item do they keep close? What past misdeed are they trying to atone for? Alright, so I am... solemn... Okay, so we have a solemn, sincere reptilian assassin who is attempting to atone for something in their past. So it's probably linked to parents' death. Linked to parents' death. Maybe has reoccurring dreams, but doesn't know why, because parents died when very young. Died when very young. has bad dreams. Doesn't know what of. So why is he killing? Well, he went into, so basically he went into the training school, got placed, was a loner, and hold on, so was a loner, what's the sniper school, got placed in sniper school. They addicted him to drugs. They addicted him to the stims. It's a reptile. A reptile's a certain gender. Many reptiles can also have their gender determined by... Oh, they do. How many genders do reptiles have? For most reptiles, a gene or sex chromosome triggers an embryo to develop as either a male or a female. Do lizards have genders? If you're seeing multiple lizards in your backyard, then you're probably seeing both males and females. Oh, yes, they do. Okay, so it's a he. Got him addicted to stims. Okay, so there we are. Where's a hooded cow with padded armour? Now it's time to determine the target is, the person you're hunting for. The Nomads Guild provides key information about the target. Their name, do I know what guild I'm? Oh, this is the Nomad, it is the Nomad Guild. Name, species, personality, planet they're rumored to be hiding on, faction, who posted the bounty, and the reason for the bounty. As you play, you'll learn more about the target's actions and motivations. Creating a contract. 1. Roll their species. Number 36. Okay. Contract. Page 36. Their species is, they are 302 is a 5. They are rat-like. Ooh. Rat-like. They are called the Murin. Murin? Okay. Personality. Consider how this detail would be posted on the bounty. Alright. So their personality is... should do that so you can see my roll, shouldn't I? Is a 2. I wonder if I can do it. So probably I can do it so as you can see. So I can see the dice. So it's a 2. Skittish, nervous, tense. So this would be posted as, so okay, sorry, that's, and then we need a name for them, which is a 1. Nif Roland. Name. Nif. Nif Roland. We are warned that they are skittish, so can, so it would say can be skittish, presents as nervous, approach propulsion. Right, next, roll for their planet, which is a full on page 40. Planets. What's afterwards? Their faction. One of the faction's reasons for posting, so planets. Okay, so we've got pilot contact, you learn which planet your target is rumored to be hiding on. The entirety of your story will take place on this planet as you seek out your target. Roll to determine the planet. You can instead choose one freely to appeal to it. Now we'll roll. As well as some flavor text about where you've landed. So predominant species when you meet locals or hostiles. Roll on this table to determine their species instead of using the full species table. Okay. Alright, so what planet? We have planet 2, which is we're landing on a desert planet. It's called Talus. Desert planet. The terrain is arid, desert, endless sand, deep ravines. Predominant species are 2 Murans, which is funny, isn't it? Main species are the Muran rat-like people, which is why we're being sent here. It's weird how the dice do this. Do they do it or do I just see it? Predominant destinations. What's mainly here? Well, there are mainly moisture farms. Predominant. When you reach the population area, you roll on the destinations table. When you reach a populated area, where you've arrived. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. So, we don't know that bit yet. So that bit isn't needed. All we have at the moment is we know that it's Talus, which is a desert-like planet, and main okay, so that's 40 is our planet. Okay. Factions. Roll for the planet. Okay, done that. Roll for choose a factions present on the planet. 6 factions. We will go number 6. So number 6 is the Mystic Order. So the Mystic Order have employed us. Go. The target is a rogue warrior of the Mystic Order who has switched allegiance to the Light Order. Okay. We're hunting a rogue warrior of the Mystic Order. Cool. Choose one of the faction's reasons for posting the bounty. There we go. We have. They're a rogue warrior. And they've turned 1 to 3. They've turned to the light. So we're employed by the dark side. Record the information on the lower 2 sections of your nomad sheet. Okay, here we go. So, planet name is planet name is Talus. Environment is desert. Predominant species is Muran. So what am I supposed to do? Am I doing this right? But it's purported to be a good game, but it looks well structured and well presented, but when you actually start to read it and work your way through it, it could just be that, I don't know, that my brain is not in the mood, but it's a bit confusing as to what you're supposed to do next. It's a bit, it looks quite well laid out and it looks quite well presented, but I wonder if the people who have reviewed it have actually played it, because it's a bit, particularly like where you're supposed to write things and what you're supposed to do, but maybe there's not as supposed to. You just do whatever you fancy. But there's certain things on here, and it's like, so it's got the planet name and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major destinations. Am I supposed to transfer this information to this? Is that then when I turn up somewhere? Predominant species. When you meet a local or hostile, roll on this table to... Oh, right. Right, so that isn't right. So what I'm supposed to do is I write this stuff down here, and then when I get to actually do the stuff, so right, I think that's it. So it's a desert planet, but then we've got 1 to 2 is Murans, humans. What are the Lectok? Insectoids. Okay. Predominant species. When you meet a local or hostile, roll on this table to determine their species instead of using the full species table. Okay. And then you've got predominant destinations. When you reach a population area, you'll roll on the destination table to find out where you've arrived. You'll get a brief description such as, you arrive in a small outpost run by the challenging faction. You should also look up the dire result on the planet's predominant destinations table to find the destination's name and the faction who controls it. Okay. Okay, alright. This means that why am I copying all this stuff out twice though? Maybe it's because it's easier. So, I mean, it's definitely more writing than Ironforge. Well, this is just the setup, I guess. Well, this definitely sounds like, so what we've got is it's Talus, which is a desert planet. We've got the Quan Moisture Farm, Modular Garrison LS78, Murian Scrap Crawler, so that's a rat people scrap crawler, which I guess is like Jawas, Vas Remus Town, Vas Babas Spaceport, Scab the Targ Palace. So controlling faction is the Targ Cartel, which I guess is the Huts. Challenging is the Old Empire. And Minor is the Mystic Order. And the Mystic Order are the ones who gave the contract, because Nif Roland, the Muran, skittish, nervous Muran, has turned to the light, so maybe he feels guilty for some of the stuff he's done. So here we go, target name is Nif Roland. Client faction was the Mystics. Speechless, he's a Murin. Accused time, so he has flip sides. His personality is skittish. Target captured, target killed, nomad notes. Don't have any of that stuff yet. Okay, alright. So far, so slightly confused. Alright, the hunt. So we've got this. So we have day one. Day one. So we land the free contractor, not the slave one, in a canyon on the edge of the dunes to avoid causing a scene, and then pack up my precision scope las rifle, slide my concealed blades into my arms, pull up the hooded cow, and head off on the hunt. Day one loop. Exploration. Roll on the exploration table and compare the prompt and complete the prompt. It may ask you to roll for an exploration event that occurs. Alright. So we've got lead 1, lead 2, and then target. So we'll do this over 3 days. Exploration. You've hidden the ship, must travel on foot across the wilds of the planet unless you acquire a vehicle or a pack beast. Roll to explore. Roll an exploration table below and find out what happens as you travel. It may ask you to roll for 1 or more exploration events, or you may introduce a new lead. Exploration. To use the exploration table, roll 2 dice. One determines which of the 3 tables you'll roll on, and the other is the event. If you repeat... Okay, exploration table. It's a D6. We'll use green one. A1. Day 1 event. There is no sign of our target, but something interrupts the hunt. Roll once on the exploration events table. Okay, so it's quiet as we trudge towards town. So we trudge, trudge towards town. When all of a sudden, so the dark dice will be the table, which we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the green dice will be the event on the table. So the dark dice we've got a 4, and the green dice we have a 3. So a 4 and a 3. So 4 gives us table 3, 4, and the other one was a 3. 2 hostile scouts from the old empire speed past you on screeching hoverbikes. Roll a die. I got a 3. They circle back to attack from their vehicles. 1 attack, 1 heart. What lie has someone told them about your reason for being here? Okay, so we've got 2 scouts. They come whizzing past me. And then they turn and go to the top of a sand dune, where they rev up and then come rubbing towards me, firing as they go. They have, so we've got bikers with +1 attack and +1 heart. Okay, so for my first roll, I get a +4, and then I get a +2. So this isn't going to take long, I don't think. I wouldn't think. So I only have 1 heart against them because they are just people. So we will use the dark dice is them, the green dice is me. They have +1, I have +4 for this first shot. So they get a 6 and I get a +4 because I'm green. So I get 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have a 7. So I'm 1 more than them. So we have, let's have a look at attack. So attack says attack reaction, express your kill or hostile target. Nomad die, attack mine. I did. So may provide defense. Your opponent may also have 1 or more points of defense. Each point of defense allows special attacks to be blocked. Multiple opponents if you're using attack reaction. So choose your opponent. So this is a target. Choose their fate and move on to the epilogue. No, this isn't a target. This is a hostile. Okay, choose your... No, I haven't killed them yet. So they lose 1 heart. I guess they lose that 1 heart. So now they have 0 heart. And then we roll again. Now, because it's not the first shot, I have +2. They have +1. I got a 6 + 2 is 8. 4 + 1 is 5. So as they're coming towards me and opening fire, I shoot the engine of the left-hand bike. It explodes in flames. The guy backflips into the sand behind, laying still as the handlebar comes off, spins and goes through the eye of the other one, who tumbles to the side as both bikes come towards me and peter out and then blow up behind me. So I stand facing camera and the 2 bikes blow up behind me as I turn my rifle and slot it back into the holster on my back. And due to that, I get 1. Oh, hold on. This is attack. So success against a hostile. I kill them and get 1 notoriety, which is here, giving me 3 total. Let's put crosses in those little boxes. Is there a maximum? So where's... Do I have a maximum notoriety? Don't know. Okay. Well, so I think I just go back. Exploration. Complete the prompt. It may ask you to roll for exploration event that occurs as you travel. You mentioned when you've completed the prompt, move to destinations. Okay. So I've been wandering through the desert and I come upon a destination. Destination can include simple markets, hidden dens, crash zone. Roll on the destination table opposite to find out where you arrive. You'll get a brief description of the destination, which you'll use to list on the named location. You may have previously visited this destination. Prompt may ask you to roll on 1 or more destination events. Okay, destination table. I got a 6. You arrive at a fortified base or palace run by the controlling faction. So I get... So I'm resolve both. Okay, so we've got, I arrive at a fortified base. So we arrive at a base. A fortified base, so it's a camp, a fortified camp. Big, tall, desert coloured, so it's not a palace, it's a base controlled by the Targ. The Targ cartel. So I have to resolve both of these. I gain 1 notoriety, which gives me 4 notoriety. If it is 4 or higher, a hostile guard approaches. Okay, so a hostile guard approaches. Which has +2. Alright, so what do I do with the hostile guard approaches? Roll twice in the destination events table. A hostile guard approaches. So I don't remember it saying what. So what do I say? Okay, a hostile guard approaches me, and alright. Resolve both. How do I resolve it then? Roll twice on the destination events table. Okay, so we do the same. Dark is the number 1 and then a 4. So 1 and 4. You discover a working forge here run by a martyr artisan and their endearing mascot. Their shop is crammed and cluttered. Roll a die. 2. You enter the forge, but something about the smell here reminds you of your origin and you leave. What distinctive scent brings back memories? Oh, that would be the burning. So that the smell of the hot metal being worked is the burning metal, and I get a flashback of the vehicle that I was pried out of and my parents died in. Not that I remember what they were like very much. I just remember the screaming and the smell and the burning, and I come back to and pop a couple of take out a small vial of pills, pop out a couple, knock them in my mouth, close them, and put it away again, and walk out. Next event, 5 and 2. 5 and 2. The environment here has become more dangerous than usual. The locals gesture at you to seek shelter immediately. Choose 1. Help the locals battle the elements to gain 1 notoriety but lose 1 favour. Ignore the locals and find your own makeshift shelter to gain 1 motivation. Okay, so what was the okay, so none of this. I'll deal with that, but I want to know about this hostile guard. What am I supposed to do with a hostile guard that approaches me? There's this table thing here. You have 4 reactions, ways to interact with people you encounter. They are speak, threaten, attack, recruit. Reactions can big impact. When you interact with someone, you're alright, maybe this is it. If I meet a hostile, I may choose. Okay, so I've met a hostile guard. He comes up to me. He's hostile. I have 2 choices. Okay, I can threaten him or I can attack him. He comes up. What are you doing here? So I think half my notoriety rounds it up. Nomad die. So basically I can threaten him then. Alright. I attempt to threaten him. I'll start. Alright, so I'm going to threaten him. So I go. So I've got the green guy. My notoriety is 4, which is 2. So that's a 6 versus a 6. So that's a draw. What happens if it's a draw? Who wins on a draw? Who wins on a draw? Book. 2 die. If it's higher, it succeeds. If it's anything other, it fails. So it fails. Failure. You're not as scary as you thought you were. The hostile starts a fight with you. Resolve the attack reaction and gain 1 to the challenge die. And add 1 to the challenge die in the first roll. Alright, so he comes. The guard had. What did he have here? +2 fight, didn't he? So I've walked into this camp. I went into a forge, and then what did I roll? Shoot exploration. Oh, it was the destination table. That's why I'm confused. Hostile guard approaches with 2 attack. Okay, so he comes up. He gets 2. He's got 1 to start off with. So he comes up to me, pushes me in the chest. I square up to him. I flip my hood back and go, "Do you know who I am?" He goes, "I don't care who you are," and goes to punch me straight in the face. "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" "I don't care who you are." That's what should happen to more people who say, "Do you know who I am?" They should be told, "I don't care who you are." Alright, so as he's approached me, this is melee, isn't it? So I have a +3 and the opponent has -1 heart. He hasn't got any heart anyway, so all I need to do is just stab him up. He gets +1 on the first challenge dice. So he gets a 3, I've got a 3, and so it's whoever rolls higher. I'm greens. I rolled a 4, he rolled a 6. He hurt me. So I've got 1 heart. So he's punched me hard, caught me unaware. I've rocked back, but then I flip out the blade and slice up. He doesn't get a +1 now. So I'm +2, he's on +3. If he knocks me out, it does for me. So a 3 and a 3, which means that I get a +3, so I end up with a 6. He ends up with a +2, so he ends up with a 5. So he punches me. I'm quite shook by that. And then he leads in for another one as I feign shaking back and then dodge and slice up. And he falls to the ground. It's PG rating because it's a Star Wars film. And so we just hear a slop noise, look into his face, and he just drops to his knees out of camera angle. And then I keep walking. This was outside the forge. Now we've got the weather is kicking up. Which was that? I can't remember what I rolled now. The environment here has become dangerous. So it's become, we've got a sandstorm rushing through. So sandstorm tours through. There's a little marketplace in the middle of this fort. No, it's not. So it's just all the guards. They start to worry about me slicing up their comrade, and then the sandstorm comes up. Oh, I got those motivate. Actually, I might go back. I'm going to just be solemn and sincere. I'm not going to help these people. One of the guards just tried to punch me in the face. So I am going to pull my hood up. Ignore the locals. Find out my own makeshift shelter, and I'm going to hunker down in the corner of a wall, pull my hood down over my top, put my respirator up, and keep myself to myself. Sod these lot. I gain 1 motivation. When the sand goes away and the dust throws, I release my hood and look up, and the firewall has been battered. There's a crack in it. There's just sand piled up all over. People are shaking themselves, coughing up sand. And I think, okay, doesn't look like there's much going on here. I think it's probably time to move on. So when you've completed the prompt, return to exploration. Okay, so I move through the crack and travel on. Exploration table. Ooh. A 6. Okay, nothing eventful happens. Gain 1 motivation. I think the motivation is what I use in a fight if I lose a fight. So that last one that I got punched and lost a heart, I could have lost a motivation. I think I could use motivation to re-roll. Is that right? Sorry. I could just freeze it. I'll just watch. I'm the only one that's going to watch this. Where the flip is it say what motivation is? What, am I supposed to just know everything? Am I supposed to just have memory in that and know what I'm doing? All 4 reactions. After rolling, you may spend 1 motivation to re-roll a single die. Either the nomad or challenge die, you must keep the new result. You can do this many times you motivate. Yes, it is. Okay. So I've now got 2 motivation. So I keep wandering through the desert. Nothing eventful happens. I can roll a die. 2. What peaceful local activity do you spend time observing? I come across a small little just a little settlement. It's just a few tents, Bedouin type tents, and there are some small children who are, I can roll it here, can't I? Who are 5, who are the Lektok. The Lektok were the insectoid people. So there's these insectoid kids. They're playing a sort of ball game. And then I remember the other kids in the training school and how I used to enjoy playing with them, playing ball games with them. Back to exploration. 3. If your notoriety, God, is 5 or higher, it's not, it's 4, you encounter and lead. Otherwise, roll once on the exploration events table. 6 and a 5, so table 6, event 5. Table 6. Table 6, event 5. You find a locked crate painted with the logo of the controlling faction, the Targ Cartel. It's probably fallen off the back of a speeder. Roll a die. 6. You find a useful stash of ammo and fuel canisters. Gain 1 motivation. Who was this crate intended to resupply and why did the pickup fail? Okay, so I can see tracks leading off in a certain direction, and so I'm thinking to myself, this is pretty, there's a lot of stuff going on with this Targ Cartel in this place. I need to try and find out a bit more. Let's see where these tracks lead, and I explore off. 3. This is the same thing as I had last time. No, it's still only 4. Otherwise I roll on the exploration events table. So again, we've got a 1 and a 3. Table 1, item 3. The journey is long and you succumb to exhaustion. You wake up being dragged behind someone riding a vehicle or beast. Okay, so this is Mad Max. So I wake up and I'm being dragged behind like one of those desert things that the stormtroopers ride. I can't remember what they're called, but them things. I'm being dragged behind those. Roll a d6. I got a 2. They're hostile. You can only attack using the rope binding your hands. You both only have +1 attack. Where were they taking you? Okay, so I am being taken. So what am I? I'm different, aren't I? I'm reptilian. I'm a Talok. I'm reptilian. I'm a bit weird in this area, and so So they've got +1 attack. I've got +1 attack. They've got my stuff on side their thing. So I, being dragged, I come up onto my feet and I jump, attempting to get the rope to loop around them. Would I still have my cowl on? Alright, I'll go on a 1 or a 2. I have my cowl on. 4. No, I don't. So they've got all my kit. I've only got the rope. We've both got our rope bindings. I am going to attempt to pull them off, loop the rope around them, pull them off and drag them down. They have a +1. We both have +1, but I do have 3 motivation. So darks are them. 4 and 4, that's a 5 and 5. I think that means that, didn't I look this up? Doesn't that mean that they win? Yeah, it does. I have to roll higher than the challenge dice. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll the challenge dice because I've got a 5 and burn 1 motivation. They get a 1. So I burnt 1 motivation. They get a 4. I get a 5. They get a 1. I get a 5. They get a 2. So I wrap the rope around their neck, drag them to the ground, wrap it around again, push their face into the sand. There's a bit of a tussle, and then they lay still. The beast thing is docile and couldn't give 2 cares. So I am going to cut the ropes on the spurs that they've got on their boots. They come off, and then get dressed back into my cowl, put my stuff back on, take the ammo that I found, which luckily that got wasted, didn't it? It just got wasted. And then jump onto the back of the beast and continue exploring. With a 3 again. No, it's not. So I roll on the table again. Darks is the table. A 5 and a 2. So table 5 and an event 2. Table 5 and event 2. Table 5 and event 2. I stumble upon an unusual statue that looks like it's been here forever, and pick up a broken weapon that's laying nearby. 2. It reminds you of your trigger and you lose 1 motivation. Where have you seen a weapon like this before, and what does the statue depict? What's my trigger? Oh, that was orphaned. So it's what is the weapon? Ooh. It's an old weapon. It is a saber from the war, but it's cracked, and it's buried at the bottom of this. It's cracked saber. That's me rubbing out my 1 motivation, laying at the bottom, and I get a flashback of the principal of the orphan school, of the training school, and the principal standing in his office and being shouted at and shouted at and shouted at, and just seeing above his desk behind him the saber pinned up with his war medals against it, and just feeling so helpless and alone and little, and just wanting to get back to the training and back to taking my meds and stims. So I come out from that and turn my back on the statue and continue travelling. Oh, 3 again! Alright, so that's 3 is... I don't have to meet a lead. So darks, 6 and a 6. Okay, table 6, item 6. Okay, so I sleep, and I wake up in camp to find something personal has been stolen. A clear set of tracks extends off into the distance. Roll a die. Something personal, maybe some of my stim, some of my medicine. 5. Hunt down and confront 3 small hostiles wielding shock rifles. How have the scavengers put your possession to much more inventive use? Hunt down and confront 3 small hostiles wearing shock rifles. Wielding shock rifles. Okay, so how do I know what they are? Like how they are? So I'm going to hunt down 3 hostiles. They are, what are they? So they are 6. They're those insectoids. So I'm going to hunt 3 lectok insectoids. So was I meant to have fought 2 of those things just in that? Because it said 2, and it goes with combat if there's more than one of them. Was that like there's 2 of them then? I should have fought 2 of the people on the bike. Maybe. Anyway, okay, so there's 3 of these. There's 3 of these things. 1, 2, 3. So I've woken up in my camp. My camp is being a bit tasseled about, and I'm then going to wander off. So what was that? That's 6 and 6, wasn't it? Hunt down and confront 3 small hostiles wielding shock rifles. Scavengers. So they're sitting around. They've all got stimmed up. That's why they haven't got a plus. So I hunt them down after an hour or so of moving through the desert. I can see a fire off in the distance, just a glow on the horizon. I move towards that glow, and I see one of the 3. They're laughing, and he's about to pop open a little pot. And with that, I draw his back of his skull into my sights. I get a +4 for my fast roll. They get no pluses at all. So, oh god, they have a 6, I have a 1, so I'm going to burn my last motivation and re-roll that 1, and I get a 3, so the first one goes down. What's that say with, if you fight, it said something about fighting multiple. It would be the hardest page because of the way I've put this together. Multiple opponents. If you're using attack reaction on multiple opponents, resolve the attack against the weakest opponent first. Work your way up. Choose whether you spare or kill them as a group, gaining maximum of 1 favour or 1 notoriety. Well, I'm going to kill them all as a group and get my 1 notoriety. So I'll stop rolling that bloody number. Okay, next one. He's looked shocked. That was my first roll, and then +2 from there onwards. I then change cross as they're scabbling around, and one gets up his shock rifles, wielding shock rifles, and fires at me as I duck and snapshot back up. I got a 6, they got a 2, so I got 8. So that one gets popped straight into the throat. Head snaps back, falls down. The other one just looks absolutely terrified and puts his hands up, at which point my gun backfires, which cost me 1 heart. So if I do this again and I fail, I think I'm out. I could run in and attack him, but no. I'm here now. I shoot. So I got a 4 +2 gives me a 6. He's got a 5 +0 gives him a nothing. So just when I'm thinking, oh no, this was a bit silly going up against 3, he makes a foolish mistake, drops to his knees, and or kills himself. He kills himself. He explodes. He detonates himself and blows up because it's, what's the time? Because it's, well, it's late. Otherwise, my watch stopped working. Oh, because I've been going for an hour. And we still haven't got any information. So I decided to kill them all. I got 1 notoriety, giving me 5 notoriety. I dust myself off, head over to their camp, pick up my stims, search the bodies, take everything of use, and then go back to camp, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, continue on the hunt. 6. Nothing eventful happens. Gain 1 motivation and roll a die. I needed that motivation. Roll a die. 6. What dangerous terrain do you successfully navigate? So, as I'm traipsing off towards another encampment to try and find something useful, there's the obligatory quicksand scene. Ice falling into some sand. Luckily, I've still got that rope that they took the thing and killed it and ate it, so I don't have the beast of burden anymore. Luckily, I've still got the rope. I fling the rope out. It catches against the husk of a burnt out hover car, and I use that rope to pull myself out of the quicksand and continue on, hopefully. If my notoriety is 6 or higher, it's not, it's 5. I encounter a lead, otherwise rolling the explosion events higher. So again, darks, 3 and a 5. 3 and 5, so table 3, event 5. You find a stubborn local arguing with 2 hostiles from the controlling, so from the Targ cartel. They fight at range 1 thingy. Choose 1. Successfully intervene to recruit the local automatically. What valuable position or commodity were they trying to keep safe? Observe the argument play out and gain 1 favour. What loud or destructive machinery are they guarding that led to the argument? Alright, I think I'm going to... So they've got 2 hostiles. And they have +1 attack. I think I'm going to try and intervene, and then I'll recruit this local asset. And then I'll roll and see what they are. So I'm going to shoot. They are attacking at fighter range +1. I get a +4. So they got a 6. So I get 7. I got a 1. I think I'll use that motivation that I just got to reroll my dice. I've got a +4 on this. That gives me an 8. They got a +1, so that gives them a 7. So the first one gets shot with my excellent sniper fire. my excellent after the fact. Next, the other one I shoot again. I only get a +2. They get a +1. So that means they've got a 5 and I've got a 4. I'm doing terribly. That green dice is awful. I might change it for this nice blue one. Bye bye green dice. So they return fire. I get a shot which uses up my 1 heart from my body armor, and then we shoot again. They've got no hearts, and this time they get a 4. They get a 5. I get a 4. I think I'm dead. Well, I think I am. Well, that was an hour. So that was 11:44 p.m. I was dead. So I didn't even get. So several days, I didn't even get 1 lead. I think I understand that a bit more. I think I need to play that again. I think I'll play that again, but not tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll play Starforged. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That was quite interesting. That's okay. All right. I think I get a bit more now, but still, I think so. That bike I should have attacked. So maybe the assassin wasn't, you know, I don't think the assassin was that useful. It's okay, I suppose it was quite, you know. I didn't even get 1 lead. Oh well. Job done. Do more tomorrow.